way. I count the hours, minutes too. So glad it's Friday. Jump in the ride. It's Friday night. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Only on a Friday. Never on a Sunday. Never on a Monday. Same situation every day. Some kind of voodoo. Same complications stand in the way. Nowhere to run to. My mind is dreaming, I'm somewhere else. Can't seem to shake it. I miss the feeling, having fun. No way to fake it. Jump in the ride. It's Friday night. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Punching the timer, I'm late again. Sneak in the back way. I count the hours, minutes too. So glad it's Friday. Jump in the ride. It's Friday night. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Only on a Friday. Never on a Sunday. Never on a Monday. Same situation every day. Some kind of voodoo. Same complications stand in the way. Nowhere to run to. My mind is dreaming, I'm somewhere else. Can't seem to shake it. I miss the feeling. it. Jump in the ride. It's Friday night. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah. Friday night. Living it up at last. Living it up, oh yeah.
In these dark times of dirty nightmares, you must ask yourself, have I got soul? Have I got soap? Well now, you can get both with Psyche Soap. In this one place, there is a live show where we have fun, where we can let loose and speak the red pill and black pill truth. Where are we? Why, we're in the bucket with Psyche Soap. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. In the bucket with Soul Soap and Psyche Soap. Same guy. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Mighty Soap, yeah! Mighty Soap is back. You not see nothing like the Mighty Soap. Ba-doop-doop. Hey, Soap, miss you guys. I miss you guys. Hey, shut up, Peanut Gallery. I never missed you guys. You suck. You suck. You shut. I say what I want. Hey, say what I want. Because Psyche Soap's back. Do-do-do. Back to my time. Do-do-do. Kick him in the nuts. Do-do-do. In your face. Do-do-do. Psyche Soap in the bucket. Part-time. Hey. Well, we're in the bucket where we have fun, let loose, speak the red pill, and even black pill truth. Now, this show may offend even my ardent supporters and friends, but this promise I do not give a fuck. Yes. And around 7 o'clock or 2 hours into this show, I'll be releasing things that make you go, damn! By Psyche Soap. And it's gonna be the grittiest and the grimiest, abhorrent content I've ever made. Don't watch it. Don't you watch it. It's horribly abhorrent and fiendish and ghoulish and foolish and please go back to your lives and run back to Psyche Soap shows. This one. Yes, in the bucket. Yeah. Well, I didn't get to do a bucket last week because, yeah, the motherfucker hurt my back. Yeah, because I was like going to get my produce and everything, bending to get it, and then, oh, damn it, that hurt.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
I miss you guys. I so miss you guys. I'm the biggest miss you guys in the history of miss you guys. Oh, well, again, looks like the honeymoon for Orange Man is almost over. If you voted for him based on just foreign relations alone, I mean, shit. Now, yeah, he's taken that tariff fight to Canada and Mexico, but that Ukraine strategy has got to go. I'm looking at, all sorts of these articles and shit, and videos and clips and shit about him piddling around with Russia, looking like he tough. He ain't looking like nothing but an old figurehead if, the last guy, Brandon, had a brain. And yeah, it's been an eventful couple of weeks, hasn't it? Couple of weeks, The Super Bowl, was woked up as always. And I'm glad I missed it. It was so bad. Hell, even the NFL had to apologize to Lil Wayne for snubbing him. Confidentially, I'm glad that the damn Chiefs lost. That's what Team Taylor lost this time. Shit. Yeah, but some strange way. The Eagles throughout, at least in the past 15 years, they have a funny way of going after their favorites. Y'all remember the Philly special? All right, when Tom Brady thought he could pull that same play on the Eagles in the Super Bowl, and then it got intercepted, if I'm not mistaken. The ball got stripped from him, and they ended up probably scoring, I think. I don't know. But yeah, it didn't work it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because the Eagles defend against this shit in practice. Come on, man. You remember the Philly special? So, who was it? Like, Nick Foles or Alex Smith or whoever the fuck it was did it. And they were like, yeah, Brady, did you mean to do this? Yeah? Huh? Denied. And so the Eagles did it right and everything. I remember that one. That was pretty good. Yeah, it was the other Brandon, not BT, but it was the other Brandon, like fellow Americans I was talking about earlier. Yeah, man, and I'm hearing and seeing the reaction about Kendrick, and I'm like, okay, we get it. They not like us. That was so spring last year, Oh gosh, even I don't even get into pop culture shit like that, and even I go, yeah, it's ran its course, homeboy. We get it, and yeah, we get it. Okay, Drake's an R&B singing, grooming dipshit. Okay, shit. All right, and oh man, and it's okay, David. Like, yeah, you voted for the Orange Man, and we didn't want to make Zionism great again. But you gotta understand, most of Europe is America's bitch, but America is Israel's bitch. Because of my God's chosen people, in fact. Because of my Bible told me so. But back to this Super Bowl, whatever we call it. Now, hip hop became strip hop. It's all a psyop, right? It's a trappy, drilly, faggy, messful, thuggin' thought culture. And it's been that way for at least 30 years. And I've been over it. You know how the game industry and Hollywood always goes woke in search of my modern audience. Well, hip hop is that, but worse. Okay? It switched its core audience from males 15 to 45 to females 15 to 45. It's where black and even white women get their thought because they're thoughts. In other words, if it don't make them twerk, it doesn't work. Yeah, I wrote that off 20 years ago. That genre is packed with dumb jocks and failed thugs. Failed jugs, too. Dumb jocks and failed ass thugs, and I'm done with it, man. Y'all get to see that mistake CNN made by misspelling Obama's name. Either that was a mega high-level super troll or a DEI boomer that didn't proofread its fucking spelling. That shit's out of control. And speaking of which, it's about that time to give y'all some of that good old fashioned MGTOW, baby. Yeah. Yeah, and we know who's here. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, and you know who's here. Damn you, Riggs! Shut! Fuck out of here! Okay. Well, you guys getting tired of these damn Sims. And some of these overrated 304s. And I'm tired of this shit too, man. I mean, everything about them says that these idiots were coddled at birth, and then these high-valued simps, right, aka PUA types, with means, right? They keep feeding their sausage-fingered delusional Mileys, further exacerbating the problem. And this is why we got a fucking Dank DeMoss out here. Oh my God. Yeah, this channel, yeah, it's manosphere. But unlike your typical shows, I tend to get on politics from a general perspective. No color lines or any of that shit. Just keeping men united instead of dividing them. And we talk about those common occurrences with gynocentrism. Like these cat ladies. I mean, these cat ladies, man, they have some mental health issues. Like check it. They got these fucked up issues. Really fucked up ones. Because, like, the other day I was at work and everything, and I was in the checkout lane. Now I'm doing my thing, making casual small talk. I do my thank you and have a nice day closing, like many others do. And I'm seeing more customers getting in line, and this same cat lady is going on and on about her cat, showing me the fucking photo to it, and all of this shit on her phone. And I move on to my next customer, and the bitch won't shut the fuck up! So I'm making small talk with the next customer, and the cat lady is just yakking her ass off. Like, bitch, read a room! Shit! I pays the bitch no mind, and like somewhere in there, thankfully the bitch gets the hint. Damn, I can't stand these fucking Susans, man. Alright. No, I don't think Thirsty Soap will make an appearance today, man. I don't think that's gonna happen, bro. I'm just saying, dude. Like, what the fuck? Oh, yeah, and big up to my man S2 Underground. Y'all check him out. Here goes the shit rap. The daily shit rap.
This is The Wire for 2300 Zulu, February 14th, 2025. Precedence is routine. Information cutoff is 2200. Bottom line up front. Drone attack strikes Chernobyl containment unit. No risk of breach reported. Trump continues executive orders. Beginning with international events. In Ukraine this morning, a drone attack was carried out in Chernobyl with an unidentified drone exploding on the new safe containment unit, aka the sarcophagus, surrounding the infamous Reactor 4 building. Following the blast, IAEA inspectors have determined that the inner structure of the containment unit was not breached and that radiation levels remain as before. On the home front, in Maryland, public image woes continue for the U.S. Secret Service following reports of an agent accidentally shooting herself in the leg on Wednesday. The accident occurred at the James J. Rowley Training Center, or JJRTC, on Wednesday, which required airlifting the trainee to a hospital in Baltimore. In Washington, D.C., President Trump signed an executive order removing funding for all educational institutions that require the COVID vaccine. Other executive actions this week involved solidifying and specifying the authorities that diplomats have when engaging in policy discussions with other nations, as well as formally banning transgender personnel from military service. In Florida, a U.S. Navy training mishap resulted in a brief forest fire within the Ocala National Forest on Wednesday. U.S. Navy aircraft conducting training with live weapons accidentally dropped a bomb in the wrong place, roughly 6 miles from their intended target at the Pine Castle Range. The resulting explosion caused a wildfire that expanded to approximately 20 acres before being contained. Analysts comment. The Pine Castle Range, being the only range on the East Coast that allows live fire training for air-to-ground bombing, is located within this national forest and therefore frequently hosts to minor forest fires.
What the fuck? Oh man, that might be one of them things that make you go, damn! Bye, Psyche Show. Okay, then what the fuck?
Missing the target by many miles may be relatively uncommon, however, it's not unheard of at this training site due to the perceptively higher training schedules throughout the DoD over the past few years. Analyst comments for this wire. As one might expect with regards to the Chernobyl attack, Ukraine says the drone was Russian and Russia denies all involvement. As of yet, no evidence can reliably determine who the munition belonged to, but the debris is indicative of a Russian drone platform. However, this is not likely to matter much in the long run, as this incident was very likely to serve a more political message and set the tone at the ongoing security conference in Munich. This concludes the wire for 2300 Zulu, February 14th, 2025.
That was bad. Like, what the fuck, man? So, what? We're dropping fucking nuke strikes on Chernobyl now? I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, if you really look at it, that's pretty much a fucking nuke. That's pretty much a nuke, or a dirty bomb, if you want to know. I mean, without it being a dirty bomb, if you want to know. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, 6 miles. How do you get 6 miles off the motherfucking target? Well, basically because they're in the air. They in the air. I mean, they cover more distance in the air as an aircraft than so on the ground, if you know what I mean. And I can see why they would be, but that's stupid. That's fucking stupid, you know. Yeah. So there's that. Was the shit rap? Where was I at? Oh yeah, man, the fucking bit. Oh, back to that MGTOW phone. All right. Speaking of phone, have you encountered some of these Lilo and Stitch sweatpants wearing bitches? Right? You know, they used to be Eeyore bitches because they're Disney indoctrinated, and it's the same old baby blue and white. They're usually seen in Walmarts. You know, you've seen these fat hoes, right? I mean, they smell like somebody pissed on a vanilla plant. Yeah, I hate these hoes. Walk your ass up in a Walmart, Save-A-Lot, Kroger, Albertsons, H-E-B, what's the other one? Safeway, Piggly Wiggly, Kang Supers, Aldi, Hy-Vee. Shit, you might even catch them in a Trader Joe's if the bitch got a food stamp bonus. Now that, my friends, is a femcel. And that type of shit I'm tired of seeing. Oh, So Tunar says something here. He's like, Hammer's comic reveal is starting. Gonna go over and check the rest of this later. Have a great stream. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead and check that out. I mean, after this, that's probably where I'm going to be going. Damn, he knows my buckets come on. Damn it, Hammer! Ah! Hate you! Ah! You stop it! Stop doing this shit over my show! Oh, fuck. Alright, so, yeah, there's another thing going on. I mean, Linda McMahon of WWE fame had tried her hand in government. And it looks like she may be the nominee for the Department of Education. So, what the fuck is this about? Let me see here.
Subsequent reporting indicates that the president is also planning to eliminate the Department of Education, the department that you're interviewing today to lead. And there's this little bit of, I don't know, the whole hearing right now feels kind of surreal to me. It's almost like we're being subjected to a very elegant gaslighting here, because Senator Hawley just asked you, and you talked about the need to enforce protections for Jewish students on college campuses, but the very department where the enforcement would take place is the Department of Education, and he wants to eliminate it, and you say you will work with him to do that.
What the fuck? So, this is coming from, you know, and according to this would be that Linda McMahon is showing what the Trump administration plan will be as far as dismantling the Department of Education. And according to the article, it says during her U.S. Senate confirmation hearing on Thursday, Linda McMahon, President Donald Trump's, nominee for Secretary of Education, addressed questions regarding the future of federal student loan programs. Uh-oh. Trump has scored a number of wins with his nominees crossing the finish line in spite of much concern among Democrats and close committee votes. DNI, head of intelligence, will now be Tulsi Gabbard. And then there's the newly confirmed HHS, the health secretary. That's going to be Robert F. Kennedy. RFK got through. By narrow margins, by the way, each with a vote of 52 to 48. And then there was, of course, that tie-break vote that confirmed Pete Hegseth. Now, McMahon also proved a controversial pick, with some educators calling her nomination a blatant slap in the face due to concerns that she lacks qualifications to manage the Department of Education. Her most significant experience is co-founding the WWE along with Vince McMahon. Well, actually, she managed it. Creating WWE, that was Vince's father. And then, McMahon picked it up from the regional territory system and then, made it more like a national success and a global success later. But anyway, Linda McMahon had something to do with it, of course, right? Because behind every great guy, there's a woman. Yeah. McMahon served on a Connecticut State Board of Education for 1 year, appointed by then Governor Jody Rell, before stepping down to run for a vacant U.S. Senate seat, which she failed to secure. Supporters of her nomination see her emphasis on a business background as one of her strengths. I guess. Now, what to know? McMahon addressed lawmakers and took questions during her Senate hearing before the Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee, during which she assured lawmakers that significant initiatives, including Pell Grants for low-income college students and the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, would be preserved, which they won't. This a bitch. Her testimony followed over a week of statements from Trump and his administration that made it clear the president wants to dismantle the Department of Education as part of the mission led by the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and an unofficial task force created by executive order. McMahon emphasized that while the administration aims to restructure the Department of Education, these key programs will continue to operate to support students nationwide. She insists that Trump's goal was not to end the programs, but to have them operate more efficiently. Yeah, whatever. Shit. But, I think this was all a ruse, putting on a show, threatening, lots of threatening going on when it comes to this, or joking, a threatening and a joking, kind of like how, Trump announced the taking over of the Panama Canal Zone and the Greenland shit and making, Kyrgyzstan the fucking, 51st state and all of this shit. Yeah, boy. And yeah, he usually announces big old blustery, ballyhooed-filled messages, man, before he ends up making the plan with it. I guess it's the power strategy to, fill your plan full of bluster, so that people will be like, I don't believe that shit. That is never going to happen. And then something happened, and then he makes something happens in place of that is kind of like that, but short of it. That's what I think, I think it's all hyperbolous bullshit, but it is what it is. Okay, well, back to this here. McMahon also goes on to say, we'd like to make sure that we're presenting a plan that I think our senators could get on board with and our Congress could get on board with that would have a better functioning Department of Education. Key among her comments was the assertion that the president cannot unilaterally shut down the Department of Education without congressional action, saying he certainly would need to work with lawmakers to take such a severe action. She also discussed working with the budget approved by Congress, saying that the department under her watch would look to expend those dollars that Congress has passed. Now, let me see here. The hearing had to pause a few times to allow Capitol cops to escort protesters out of the chamber throughout the roughly 2.5 hours of questioning. What's Trump's view on student loans? Trump has viewed skepticism about student loan forgiveness. And you know what? If you really look at it, Biden wasn't into that shit either. And hell, I still got student loans needing to be paid. Ain't this a bitch? Thank goodness I did not vote for the other Brandon. Not BT, but the last president. Thank goodness I didn't do that shit. You know, I wasn't expecting that Alzheimer's case to do anything about that. Not at all. I mean, Trump has expressed his skepticism about it, criticizing broad debt cancellation as unfair to those who have already paid off their loans. In 2023, Trump said that student loan forgiveness would have been very unfair to the millions and millions of people who've paid their debt through hard work and diligence. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that, bud? Because this was when, the costs of tuition were overwhelmingly high, and that the fucking, Pell Grant was a drop in the bucket. No pun intended. I did this. I did this shit. Gotten one of these worthless ass fucking degrees. I mean, in a great field, yes. It wasn't lesbian dance therapy, nigga. Like, what the fuck? It was in tech. And then getting out into this world, trying my hand at that, the whole market was flooded with these folks. Same thing with healthcare to an extent, but that wouldn't have never happened had these bitches not punked out during the smoking poke back in 2020. But anyway, the market was flooded with a lot of us, in tech. And what's really fucked up is that those that are highly skilled nowadays are staying in level 1 positions and are scared to promote themselves. Guys, to get a promotion, it's not the way it used to be. It's not a ask a boss and there it goes. No, it's go into the fucking, job listings of your company and apply for it as though you were starting all over again. I fucking hate the job applicant process. That shit sucks. Oh! Hate that shit. Hate that shit. But anyway, let me keep going. Trump has a strong disdain for student loans and believes that borrowers should be responsible for repaying what they owe. Kevin Thompson, a finance expert and founder and CEO of 9-1 Capital Group, told Newsweek he holds the view that if you take out a loan, you are obligated to pay it back. An ironic stance given his 6 separate bankruptcy filings. Yeah, bro. You fucked up 6 times. Was able to get by, getting into bankruptcy, and in the process repeated itself over and over again. And you want to get on motherfuckers like me? Man, fuck you. But what's really messed up though? The more, and you know what? I'm gonna give Trump this. 94% of every person that is owing student loan debt in America, guess what? They're women. And being the red pill MGTOW brother I am, I'm like, Okay. At least you ain't simping. Hey, at least your trad cup didn't come out on this one. Alright. Yay! Great for you, Trump. Shit. So I guess it worked out somehow. Okay, and then this article goes on with what people are saying. Alright. Linda McMahon said during her hearing, the Department of Education was set up in 1980. Oh, for about 45 years now, huh? Okay, motherfuckers. Since that time, we have spent almost $1 trillion, and we have watched our performance scores continue to go down. The Senate Democrats' X account wrote in a post. Trump wants to dismantle the Department of Education. Trump's nominee, Linda McMahon, is saying you should not be concerned. But she's already ready to hand out pieces of it to RFK and other agencies. Former college athlete Riley Gaines wrote on X that she 100% agreed with McMahon, quoting the nominee's comments about enforcing Title IX, and urged the Senate to confirm Linda McMahon. Senator Patty Murray of Washington, Chatty Pat, I like to call this bitch, she goes on to say on X, the Every Student Succeeds Act is one of the main K-12 laws to help states improve schools for our kids. It is stunning to me that Linda McMahon wants to DOE, but couldn't name even one part of this basic federal education law that she would focus on. It's disqualifying. So, Patty Murray would rather have a Democrat-leaning type bitch run this. And that's not cool. Not cool at all. Let me move on here. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk wrote on X, President Trump's nominee to run and sunset the Department of Education, Linda McMahon, is absolutely crushing her confirmation hearing, he says. Adding at the end of this post, tired of winning yet? Bruh, I wouldn't be too happy with it, okay? You know? The honeymoon is about to be done. The honeymoon is about to be done. But he does a few things that I'm okay with. You know, he's done some things that I'm all right with. And that, you know, I voted for. He built the wall and he's deporting them all. And we will be talking about that here in a minute. All right. You let them out of the kitchen and things go to shit. That's right, Timmy. Because vagina. Timothy Local say, funny how women are good at spending other people's money and make it sound intelligent. You ain't never lied there. The fish got nukes. How about an education that's not a communist factory? Too much to ask? Well, here's why, fish. The thing about that is that the public education system is government ran. That's it. It's government ran. You know? It's a state-controlled thing. The only thing that falls outside of it are for-profit and private schools. And they're no better either. They're no better either, might I add. Timothy Sokol say, work my way through community college instead of the handout route. Okay, understandable. But trade school and the army plan got me further along in life. Now this is what I wish I had seen coming up. This is what I wish I had seen and never never, digested and stomached the lies that, Democrat policies like the ones by Obama, were going on at the time. You got to understand, dude. I was in that camp for a while, and I'm like, what the fuck? This motherfucker didn't just stole my shit. Riggs say, if they do student loans forgiveness, I was a damn refund because I hustled and got my shit paid off. Well, good for you, Riggs. Good for you. You know? But I didn't get the, the so-called higher, I didn't get to experience the higher pay that college graduates get like everyone else did. you know, I mean, and also here's another thing. When it got into like the mid 90s, tuition costs started rising. Now, I got out of college, graduated in 2017. So, you know, I've gotten a taste of what the fuck it's like today and still going on, even though Orange Man is in office, even though he was in office already. So, nah, man, miss me with that. Miss me with that. That shit was set up fucked up. Now, yeah, you could say this, you know, better. You didn't have to do all that. You could have just stayed working. Because work experience is more respected than a college degree. Unless it's for some fucking reason an MBA. And you can tell who those motherfuckers are, right? Alright, David Smith say, I disagree. Alright, that's fine. You are more than welcome to. Nepotism is the way to get promoted. If you aren't friends, family, or a networking genius, you are screwed. Okay. This I would see happening in a small business. And yes, I would, it may be in mid to large cap companies too. Yeah. But more often than not, this happens in a small business. In a smaller business that is locally, regionally, and owned. I mean, the nepotism thing, I don't see very much of. Now, I did see that happen in the larger companies, you know, pre 80s, pre 1980, when I was born, the 0 year, right? So, yeah, and this is also, I didn't even know that the Department of Education started then. Wow. Until that damn article. But anyway, to a certain extent, you are correct. I mean, I guess we got to take things on a case by case basis when it comes to this shit. David Smith say, we spend money on education than any other country on the planet, and our children have some of the lowest test scores. Yeah, we don't spend the most money on education. We waste the most money on teachers' unions. And that you can look up. That you can fact check. Alright. Timothy Sokol say, Tim Marshak, let a woman run anything other than a vacuum or dishwasher and is destined for failure. Yeah, Timmy was right. Hey, you shut. Timmy was right. Timmy was right. You shut. He was right. Don't make me be able to get you. You see my title? I am now nominated to be the big get you. And I've been confirmed by the MGTOW Senate. No, I'm gonna go to this shit. Rick say, you're taking what I said way left field. I didn't get some high-paid job. I had to take a job in a factory and live like a brokey. I'm gonna be pissed off if I did what needed to be done to pay off. And motherfuckers who didn't work their ass off get a free ride. Nah, fuck that. You signed on the dotted line just like I did. Well, you made better choices than most did. My guess is that you probably you actually did the research. You seen what was going on out here in corporate America or in the workforce, and you decided to let that work and make that happen in your favor. Nothing wrong with that. But there was, and there still is, a a better way of doing this. And it's kind of fucked up because years later, I'm like, what probably would have been better for me than the path that I eventually fucking took was that I should have just went to vocational technical from high school. And just did it that way. I mean, college is really only for those that are in the medical field, those that are in the law field, medical and law. Anything outside of that, it's really tough for us to see why that would even make any sense. Oh, and then there's of course education, and then a lot of them come out there to be teachers, and they fuck the whole thing up. So maybe that's a valid point. Well, what other shit I got up in this motherfucker, man? I didn't get to. Of course, today is the Hallmark holiday called Valentine's Day and shit like that. And it goes, the White House shares Valentine's Day meme focused on deportations. And that was good. Deportations. Like this too. Valentine shared by Trump administration featured a poem centered on illegal immigration and deportations. I always want to say deportation, but it's deportation. Anyway, the White House social media accounts marked Valentine's Day today by sharing a meme focused on illegal immigration. This is awesome. And post with the caption, Happy Valentine's Day, and a red heart emoji. The Trump administration shared a card that stated, roses are red, violets are blue. Yeah, wait, let me say this again. Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here legally, we'll deport you. You shut, you wet back fucking peanut gallery. Shut. You shut. He's right. You took him to gerb. You took my gerb. And I can't get in there because you're bilingual. Bullshit. Stop it. You shut. I do what I want. The article goes on to say, this isn't the first time a White House social media post on Valentine's Day is focused on a political message and made headlines. Last year, the Biden administration posted a meme wishing House Speaker Mike Johnson a happy Valentine's Day after the doomed border deal. It was accompanied by a poem. Yeah, I'll read this again. This was kind of cool. Roses are red, violets are blue. The border deal was crushed because of you. Oh, no, isn't that all? Wow, that is so sad. Oh.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
You shut, Mike Johnson. You shut. You trad cuck. Hate you. It was accompanied by a poem. When we did that, the 2025 meme from the Trump administration included President Trump's official portrait of his border czar, Tim Homan. The Facebook post had more than 1,000 shares and 2,000 comments in less than 15 minutes. And then this view. Oh, look at that. Look, isn't that cute? It has the White House at the bottom. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Monster. I think you're sweet.
Oh, you think you sweet? Oh.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
That was fucking stupid. Yo, man. I'll throw in the, if you want to kick it on with the soap, I'll throw a link in. I don't give a shit. You can kick it with me. I ain't got no problem with that. You can kick it with soap. It's all good. You want to talk your shit? We'll kick it with the soap. You can kick it with the soap. Shut. Now, okay, we'll go back to this shit right here. So, While running for re-election last year, Trump sent a campaign email featuring a Valentine's Day message to his wife Melania that was centered around his criminal cases. Earlier this week, two top immigration enforcement officials were reassigned amid frustrations in the Trump administration about the pace of immigration arrests. And compared to Obama, he is going to have to work harder than that. I seen the fucking I seen the deportations between Bush 2 and today, with Trump's term. Bro, he is nowhere near where Obama went. Wow. And for the longest time, I thought Obama's presidency, he did more for the LGBTQ and Hispanic and Latino more than anybody else. But, he screwed them over pretty bad. I mean, if you want to look at that, if you look at the fucking deportation stats, wow, he's deported more than Biden and Trump's first term. Like, damn. All right? Yeah, one of them things. Well, let me get back to this. Homan said the administration needs to see more mass deportations and fewer detainees being released from immigration custody. From now on, he said, no one gets released without ICE leadership signing off. Friday's message is a stark contrast to the Valentine's Day decorations the then First Lady, Jill Biden, had set up outside the White House over the past 4 years. In 2021, Jill Biden kicked off the tradition, sharing her Valentine to the country. She told reporters at the time she just wanted to give a little joy, a little hope amid the coronavirus pandemic. Kindness, healing, love, joy. Oh my God. What the... Yeah, thank you, Peanut Gallery. I'll give you that. Thank you. I'll work with that. You keep it up. Jill Biden continued to set up displays each year on the North Lawn behind where journalists often do their live TV reports. The 2023 display featured the handprints of children from military families and the message, reach out with open hearts and helping hands this Valentine's Day. Oh, look at that. Oh, look it. No.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
And it's fucking stupid. Oh, man. So I'll go ahead and get this shit out of here, man. Oh, man. I think there was, okay, when I was first doing my things with fucking, didn't we name Valentine's Day to be a MGTOW day at some point, right? But it was a wise man that once told me that every goddamn day is MGTOW Day. And I'm going to agree with that. Every day of your life is such. And don't let anyone say some shit different. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay. You want to kick it with the soap? You can kick it with the soap. I see that we got some people in here. All good. Not a problem. Oh, I think this was already talked about on either, I believe it was Hammers or RGEs. I'm not sure. Was it Angry Man? I'm not sure. Hammer might have. I don't know who talked about this shit. But when I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? All right. Florida principal arrested after more than 100 kids are found drinking at her home. What the fuck? Okay, so the Florida principal of an elementary school was arrested after more than 100 underage kids were found drinking and partying at her home. Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, the one of those fucking Susans with the goddamn, hyphenated last name, trying to make it look like a partnership and all this shit. Fuck you. The 47-year-old principal of Roosevelt Elementary School was arrested alongside teacher Carly Anderson, 45. You know what's really fucked up? They're all my age now. These were some shitty... Yo, and I seen how these bitches grew up. I seen exactly how these bitches grow up. That's one of the very few advantages of public education. You know, you see how these types of bitches that are your age went through life, and then they want to keep high school going for some reason. This is why high school quite really never ends. It's because these idiots that think they want to be down want to preserve that bullshit. But let me read this again. All right, this is weird. Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, the 47-year-old principal of Roosevelt Elementary School, was arrested alongside teacher Carly Anderson, 45 years old, after the principal hosted an open house party. The two faced charges of child neglect and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Over 100 kids were at the home in matching t-shirts, and many consuming alcohol, which was available in the coolers of the home. One of the kids was found on the front lawn experiencing an alcohol-related medical event. I'm thinking that motherfucker was puking and throwing up. I think that's what happened there. You know what I'm saying? Man, don't you love it? Don't you love it when we still got people that like to do the fucking euphemisms? You know, the euphemisms and shit. Especially in the world like now where straight talk, plain talk, in your face, real shit being spoken, literal and down to the word is better. But people still, lean on that professional euphemistic bullshit speak. Don't you just love that? They call it professional, but nah, that's bullshit speak. Stop speaking fluent bullshit to me. Tell me like it is, bitch. Now, one of the kids found on the front lawn experiencing an alcohol-related medical event, which the Cocoa Beach Police Department said required treated from Brevard County Fire Rescue. During this time, the homeowner, Hill Brodigan, was seen by officers in the driveway of her residence, turning off the outside lights and entering her residence, causing BCFR to use auxiliary lighting on their vehicle to treat the juvenile, the CBPD said in a press release. Another intoxicated juvenile was arrested near the residence during a traffic stop, resulting in the arrest of a driver for DUI. Anderson revealed to the police she was a Roosevelt Elementary School teacher and was found intoxicated at the party. Look at this shit. Look at this bitch. Look at these bitches. And they're my age. What the fuck? Oh, she became the principal a year ago? What? Not even a year ago. She wrote that she was over the moon excited to be the new principal. I bet you were over the moon, bitch. Anyway, this is an elementary school, bruh. And they posted a $3,000 bond. And Anderson was released on the $3,000 bond. What the fuck? What the fuck is really going on, bruh? Oh, man. What y'all think about it? Let me see some shit here, man. Hey, JR, what's happening, bro? Yeah, say something now. Thought so. Alright. Women stop maturing mentally at whatever age they think are the most... Yeah!
Yeah, I'm 23. I was 23. Yeah, that shit. That's what that is. That's women stopping their maturity in their minds at the age she thought she was like, you know, rated 10 or something. When she thought she was a 10. All right? Yeah. JR say, bitches stop maturing mentally once they get their cherry popped. No, I would like, okay, I disagree slightly. Bitches stop maturing when they have their first period. All rationality goes out the fucking window after that. Right? Yeah, the turkey necks is right. I don't give a fuck. And you know what, JR? They're going to try to do so much surgery, so much kind of surgery to fucking, to end the turkey neck. But no, that's a very sensitive area. You can't just Botox your way into a perfect neck. You know, it's kind of funny how to me, a lot of these bitches look like, when they do this Botox thing, it looks like when they stuck their head in a very hot, steamy room because the steam, the water, is in a cloud. It's in gas form, and it puts back the moisture on your face. But it kind of looks like that, except they stuck their head in an air fryer. Like, bitch, I know you don't think that makes you look younger. What the fuck? Anyway, Fish say she probably had to chug. Yeah, we know. I probably had to do the, the rooster chug. You know what I'm saying? To get that job. That's how she loses it. Possible. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. Everybody like to get on guys for doing that shit. And yeah, some of you motherfuckers was wrong for that shit. A lot of y'all motherfuckers was my age, and you thought you would go draft scouting at the high school and all of that. No. Stop all that. And yeah, true. I used to see that shit too. I used to see that shit in my class. That's been going on. But you know what's strange? Now it's being outlawed. Finally they're getting after that shit. I wish I would have got after that shit 40 years ago. Fuck y'all, man. And that's what I mean. That's some bullshit. Anyway, Timothy Sokol say, that's why women become teachers. You ain't gotta be smart to run 12-year-olds. Yeah, you're fucking right. You don't got to. And that's the 1,000 rooster stare, if you know what I mean. Oh, man. Lily Phillips, proof that the devil exists. There are way more proofs that the devil exists than just that. Look no further than the United States Capitol. That's real as fuck. Whatever. Back to some government. They're the new guy, the guy that they're going to be shoving in front of our faces 3 years from now, and they better not do it because it makes no fucking sense. Oh, this just in, guys. This just in. Oh shit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah. In the soap show, I'll stop one thing that I was supposed to put out there to y'all, and I'll bring y'all the news as it happens. Breaking news, motherfucker! I'm not the only one to do it, but everybody does, right? Jay-Z, teen struggle snuggle case with Diddy, dismissed by accuser's attorney as rapper issues an emotional statement. Jay-Z had successfully had a civil lawsuit accusing him of struggle snuggling a 13-year-old alongside Diddy in 2000, dismissed by the alleged victim's attorney. The rapper, 55. Oh! This motherfucker that thought he was an 80s baby. I'm born in 1980. This 55-year-old fuck that Ron Burgundy's a rhyme and gets a fucking top 10 hit over it. Fuck you! Yeah! Bye, nigga. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still here. Racing to the news. Jay-Z, real name Sean Carter. Sean Carter on Jay-Z, damn you on Jazz Dick. I still say that shit, even though that was 25 years ago. But we'll return back to this. Released a statement on Friday which read, "Today's a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. The civil suit was without merit and is never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish this experience on anyone. The 99 Problems hit Stiller, hit Jacker, went on to reveal the toll that the case has taken on his entire family, including megastar wife Beyonce. Oh, fuck you, Beyonce fangirls and fanboys, you idiot motherfucker. Fuck all y'all. Y'all deserved every damn problem you got that last year. You had 100 problems at that point. And you know what's really funny about this dude? He always thinks he's 25 years younger than he looks. Been chasing relevance all your life? This is the guy that brought Kendrick Lamar to that stage in the Super Bowl. You know that, right? Him and, okay, being that they got the same name, Sean Carter, Wayne Carter, no relation. Him and Lil Wayne never really got along. Never really got along. Damn, I wonder why. I don't know. Fuck it. The statement continued to say, "The trauma that my wife, my children, loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed." Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe. And when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussion. The system has failed. Now, I'm a men's rights absolutist in a way. Because, you know, I rep the acronym, right? Right? Right. But the red pill side of me is like, this is what happens to every person with more than a 5-figure salary. This type of shit. When the GIC, or I would like to call it the gynocentric industrial complex, has, you know, fellas like that lawyer, that 1-800 lawyer that he speaks of. And they do this Me Too bullshit to knock down the reputation of one. And you know what? Jay-Z needed no help from this lawyer. I mean, there's Illuminati theories on him. There's the, you know, this beef he has with 50 Cent. And 50 Cent is like, you know, he goes after people with a trolling like nobody's business, right? Right? And I kind of think he had this going. I kind of think 50 Cent had this going, in a way. You know, tap this guy on the shoulder and like, we got R. Kelly. Let's get these niggas next. You know? So, yeah, I like to look at the facts of anything. And, no, I stopped being this guy's fan when 25 years ago. I mean, it's kind of wild. I should let that shit go because Jay-Z and Nas have long, you know, patched that shit up. they're no longer beefing, because of the from the ether and takeover thing. I was around that time. I was in my 20s, everyone. La la la. I tell you my age. You can kiss my old head ass. Okay? And pop it in your mouth while you're at it. But look, that's not right that they went after him this way. If you're gonna do it, come with some evidence. Get with the facts. Now, Diddy, he's done. But Jay-Z seems to, for some reason and somehow, some way, slip through. You may have gotten through this one, bud. But somebody is going to come up with some shit. And you might not even be able to recover at that point. And, I feel no two ways about this shit. It is what it is. It is stupid how these, Me Too had started as I hear from Tarana Burke, as a crusade to go up against perverted preachers, really. Those that had mega churches, really. And then, Hollywood and, leftist weirdos hijacked it and turned it into Me Too, and then morphed it into Time's Up. And it becomes this shit, And it's insane. It ain't even right, dude. It's strange. Well, back to this. Where was I at? Jay-Z concluded, the court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility. The courts must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. And I agree. I agree with the man. On principle. Because that shit's bullshit. It's kind of fucked up how, a chick can just, you snuggle me, and all this shit. But you have, and once you're in court, and even if you are acquitted of this, even if the charges are dropped of this, you still get to carry that stigma on your back like a yoke, a burden on you. And you can't really recover, Sometimes not even time gets you out of that shit. And it's a damn shame. Now, I'm a fair guy, I'm not a fan of Jay-Z anymore. Nor of Diddy, but the way they went about this, I can't stand motherfuckers that do that worse. Worse. And you shouldn't do that shit at all. Back to the story. Alex Spiro, who is the attorney for the mogul, also released a statement to DailyMail.com on Friday, which read, the false case against Jay-Z that never should have been brought, that's correct, has been dismissed with prejudice. I don't wonder what that means. I'm not going to try to find that out, but let me keep reading. By standing up in the face of heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back, never settled, never paid one red penny. He triumphed and cleared his name. And you know what? Out of this, some of you fellas that are going through with this, with the gynocentric industrial complex, are being accused of bullshit like this. Don't apologize. Defend that shit to the hilt. Because even if you give hush money to it, looking at you, Orange Man, even if you give hush money to it, that's going to still make you look like you actually really did it. All right? And you were sleazy for doing it. Shut. You booing, but that's real shit. Back to this. The accuser, who identifies herself as Jane Doe, and as a matter of fact, Jane Doe should be revealed because of this right now. That should be happening. You're no longer that 13-year-old. You're a grown-ass woman. Come on and take you some of this adult accountability. Right? Right. Okay, so I knocked off that this just in. And I'm going to get on into this right here. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right there. Okay. What do we got here on the comments? Oh, yeah. We're going to be talking about I don't get why True makes this name longer than anything, but Gary Gavin fuckboy ass clown nuisance. Bro, I just call him Gavin Nuisance. Some of y'all call him Gavin Newscomb, and it doesn't. Okay, I guess it does roll off the tongue or whatever. But he's a nuisance. He's a little gnat. One state out of 50. He's no better than anybody in this bitch. Why are we making this motherfucker look like he's the, he's about to be the second or maybe the third coming of Christ? Gavin Newsom ain't shit. He's just a California governor. Many have been California governors and were somebodies. Yeah, one of them became president. But, bro, we ain't ready for that shit. We ain't ready for that dumb shit. Back to this. All right. California Governor Gavin Newsom has taken the first step toward falling in line with President Trump's immigration policy just days after sanctuary cities were put on notice. The Democrat will veto a bill from woke politicians in his own party who sought to limit state prisons' cooperation with immigration agents as ICE carries out Trump's mass deportation scheme. I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with Gary Newsom's. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking nuisance. He's a bug. He's a gnat. He's a nobody. And y'all need to stop making California look bigger than it really ain't. There are other 50 states here. You share a country with Texas, New York, and fucking Florida, for fuck's sake. This just in. They did dismiss the case with Eric Adams, and a lot of the people that brought those allegations are now resigning. And get this, Eric Adams is no angel either. I might get to that in later shows, but back to this. California Governor Gavin Newsom has taken the first step toward falling in line with Donald Trump's, President Orange Man's immigration policy, just days after sanctuary cities were put on notice. The Democrat will veto a bill from woke politicians in his own party who sought to limit state prisons' cooperation with immigration agents as ICE carries out Trump's mass deportation scheme. Newsom has long boasted about the migrant protections offered under California's sanctuary city laws, but the proposed policy goes a step too far for even Nuisance, who has clashed with Orange Man repeatedly over opposing politics. It's not the first time Newsom has rubbished the proposal, but it still puts him closer to puts him closer to lockstep with the president after AG Pam Bondi warned left-leaning states to fall in line. Bondi revealed Wednesday the Justice Department is suing New York and Governor Kathy Hochul. See, I call her Kathy Hochul because everything she's taught, Hochul. Hochul. You shut. And Gavin Nuisance is your name. You nuisance. You a little gnat. Get off me. Stupid. Get back into this shit. This is a new DOJ, and we are taking steps to protect Americans, she said. It stops today. She warned the Justice Department is prepared to target other states as the administration battles local officials for standing in the way of local officials. All right. And in addition, border czar Tom Homan. I'm starting to like this Tom Homan guy. He's getting after some shit. Repeatedly said he would consider criminally prosecuting local officials who stand in the way of the new Trump regime. Bondi said she hopes it doesn't come to that, but didn't rule out more severe action if her warnings aren't heeded. Excuse me. We're going to see what they do next, she said. We don't want to sue you. We don't want to prosecute people. We want people to comply with the law. Newsom is in favor of California's current sanctuary city laws, but could not support the new legislation which would prohibit state prisons from holding an immigrant in custody if requested to do so by ICE. The law would also prevent authorities from sharing an inmate's release date with the federal government, responding to requests for information or transferring individuals into ICE custody. Newsom last year rejected an almost identical bill because it impeded on the work of the federal law enforcement agency charged with assessing public safety risks. It's a rare, but not unheard of, move for Newsom's to veto legislation introduced by a fellow Democrat. President Trump campaigned on a policy vowing to conduct the largest ever deportation of illegal immigrants in U.S. history. And bruh, you are nowhere near that, Trumpy. You gonna have to beat George Bush, actually, because George W. Bush has the highest in 1 year. The highest average is Obama. Didn't think that was even possible, did you, Orange Man? You can do it. Because if you really look at it, your first term and Brandon's first term, well, only term, and I hope will be his only term in life. Because this motherfucker he's deteriorating right before our very eyes, right? We hope right now that you could even get better than your own personal best. If you are better than your personal best, you're going to do something. And the reason why I'm starting to notice also that what gave Bush and Obama the highest numbers is because at this time, this was GWOT, the Global War on Terror. And not only was he kicking out, not only was he kicking out Jose, he was kicking out Abdul too. Shit. Right? Right. Okay, let me get back in this shit. Oh, look at that. They're getting on that plan, boy. Yep. Right now, as we see, it's, okay, well, looking at this, 8,000 nationwide in the first 2 weeks alone? All right. Okay, do your thing, man. Okay, at least you did one thing. One thing, right? And I'm looking at another picture here. I mean, some of y'all that are on the Spotify can't see this, but check this out. While Trump and his MAGA allies have been boasting about the success of his deportation scheme, it sparked protests around the nation. And that reminds me of that one day, I think it was the day after, or I think it was last week. And I was kicking it with MGTOW Outlaw, big up. And he was watching the protests that were going on in L.A. Now, that might have been Alameda Street, Union Station. Is that the Bay Area? I don't know. Maybe True Sherm has a more in-depth coverage of that. But on the real, especially for L.A., motherfucker, y'all went through a bunch of wildfires, and you gonna do this shit? Oh yeah, and then over the week it dawned on me too. I mean, this was this nice little short, and it had Cat Williams in it, and Cat Williams had a heckler, a Mexican heckler, and he was like, and then the Mexican heckler was saying this shit like, Mexico used to be this. This was all Mexico. And then Cat Williams fired back with a, well, it's not anymore, motherfucker. Something like that, right? And he said something to the heckler to the effect of this, and we're noticing this shit too. Why would you have an allegiance to another fucking country that you're from and still live here in America? Right? Right? Right. Get your motherfucking ass down there and make Mexico great again, was to the effect of that. And I agree. I fucking agree. For all of you folks that are, and this goes further than just you Mexican Americans, you Italian Americans, Irish Americans, English Americans, Nigerian Americans. Yeah. Somali Americans. Yeah, there's a lot of them here in this neck of the woods. Yep. Venezuelan Americans. Yeah, you can wave your little flag, bruh. But you up here. And when you up here, you pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. I'm not going to go too far with it, but this was kind of nice. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, baby, has conducted raids in major U.S. cities known to be lenient to undocumented migrants living in their jurisdictions. On Monday, the White House said in a video highlighting Trump's accomplishments that ICE had arrested 11,000 criminals in over 18 in 18 days? What the fuck? Damn! Oh, yeah. I seen that, Timmy. I seen that shit. What's the other shit, man? Oh, yeah. Violent criminal gangs have been sought out and dismantled with raids at known Trinidad TDA parties and a renewed effort to send the worst of the worst to Guantanamo Bay. And we'll be talking about that here in a minute, though. New executive orders expanded ICE's authority, allowing agents to target migrants at sensitive locations like schools and churches. A move which sent chills through migrant communities. Ooh. Hey, you shut! You shut! You shut! There! Stupid peanut gallery! You shut! Timmy says Newsom just appropriated $40 million to Trump-proof California to afford lawyers for state politicians and illegals. But this is one of the examples, Timmy, that it's not working. Alright? Yeah, I was thinking about that shit too. I was thinking about that $40 million he done wasted on that. But, guys, if the election and the California wildfires was not a clear and present lesson, and you shouldn't let a Californian, oh yeah, and you too, Kendrick Lamar, you should not let a Californian state your narrative. This is not the 60s and 70s, guys. We're not going to San Francisco with a flower in your hair because there's too much in San Francisco with shit on the ground. LA, the roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. I was for that. I was fucking for that. Especially when you don't have enough water to put out the fires there. And you know what pisses me off about Colorado? It's acting just like this state. Yeah, Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood. You were burning. And now you don't learn. You finna learn again. There's gonna be mudslides. You know what happens after a wildfire, right? When the rain starts going down or snow or whatever starts going down. And yeah, it puts out the fire, but guess what you got to deal with after that? Yes, you got to deal with floods, motherfucker. Now you folks in San Diego, I feel for y'all. Because those are where, some of the cool Californians are. I've met a few of them that are from there when I used to live in Colorado. And some of them were, really cool homies, actually. I guess that's why I was able to click well with True Sherm. But, I know a lot of San Diegans. Like, I know a lot of folks from Dago. But, guys, you're basically the epicenter of this particular issue. I mean, you gotta enforce the law. The laws of the land. I get it, states' rights and all, Amendment number 10. But there are other laws in effect, bro. And we really need to get to fixing ourselves right now. You do too. You should be able to fix yourself instead. Some famous California rapper, I'm not gonna mention him, came at my fucking Instagram tripping on me about that shit. And I'm like, no, my brother, fix your state before you can fix all the other 49. Because, motherfucker, you need help. Yo, this election proved that we don't need not one person from your state putting their hands on the rest of this. This goes for you too, New York. And yes, this goes for you too, Texas. I basically grew up there. I think we need someone from the heartland to run this country. From what we would call the heartland. Middle America. And no, I'm not talking about the blue cities. I'm not talking about the blue states. Someone finally probably from, a red state and red city. There are red cities, believe it or not, even though most of our cities are blue voting. They don't know what it's like in the rural areas. This is why there was like a head-to-head conflict. The only reason why the rural and the heartland won is that there's people in those cities that grew up in those heartlands, and they made their presence felt in those elections. My bad. All right, back to this story though. New executive orders expanded ICE's authority, allowing agents to target migrants at sensitive locations like schools and churches, a move which sent chills through migrant communities. This action empowers the brave men and women in CBP and ICE to enforce our immigration laws and catch criminal aliens, including murderers and rapists, who have illegally come into our country, the Department of Homeland Security said in the statement. Trump has also been able to strong-arm foreign governments into accepting his border and deportation policies. What you mean, strong-arm? What you mean, strong-arm? When these fucking migrants have been strong-arming us in our communities, and you blue state motherfuckers looked the other way while it was going on. I haven't forgot Colorado. No, or Aurora is crazy as fuck. I didn't live there, but I would visit that bitch from time to time. Shit. I know how Aurora moves. It's a crazy motherfucker. Home of the Batman shooter. Home of the guys that shot that one guy while he was, going from empty house to empty house. And I'm not saying they were wrong, but I understand. Yeah, man. So we're gonna get more into this where the immigrants are going. So I'll put that in here, and I'll look at some of these comments here. All right. JR say Venezuelans are squatting in abandoned buildings under contraction in New York. They even set up running water, electricity, and Wi-Fi. Like, the fuck? Kind of like a homesteading in a way, but they're hijacking city facilities, if that even makes sense. That's kind of strange. Kind of strange. All right. Now, let's see here. No one state should set the tone of the nation. And that's true. No one state should set the tone of the nation. Especially, and I'm looking at you, Illinois, New York, Florida, Texas, and California. Just because you're next to water does not mean you get to run us. Shit! There's more to this country than you guys. There are hinterlands here. Born and bred Americans. Born and bred Americans. Shit! San Francisco, where all college girls let homeless dudes give them back shots in a dirty alleyway. Bruh, that's been going on for 60 years now. Yeah, there was a reason why they put a flower in their hair when they were going to San Francisco. Alright, let's get on over here to Gitmo. Going to Gitmo, baby! We gonna be to Gitmo! Inside Living Hell Prison, where Trump's sending illegal immigrant gangs, it's filled with terrorists. There's a minefield outside, and some are tortured 83 times a month. And you know why they can get away with it? Because it's not in America! You know what really fucks me up, though? How the fuck were they able to put that in Cuba? What? So, Castro, did you make some type of deal with the CIA to make that happen? That's kind of strange, man. Why the fuck do we own Gitmo? I'm probably going to have to look at that. I'm going to have to get a good look at that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of strange, man. Very, very strange. Let me get back into this story, though. All right. Where we at, girl? Okay. Handcuffed and dressed in jail-issue tracksuits. A small batch of prisoners wait in line to be marched on to a transport plane and flown off to a new home that holds a uniquely notorious place in the annals of U.S. justice. The 10 prisoners, all members of Trinidad, a violent Venezuelan criminal gang that has managed to infiltrate America, are about to board the very first flight of criminal aliens, which departed for Guantanamo last week. More than 20 years after the world saw the first shocking pictures of suspected Islamic terrorists being held at the same U.S. naval base, kneeling in shackles and wearing orange jumpsuits, face masks, goggles, and headphones to block their vision and hearing, the Trump government has horrified its critics by co-opting Gitmo, as is often called, as the latest weapon in its battle against illegal immigration, and it fucking should. See, at first I was against, use of it. Gitmo has been used even before Bush got a hold of it. All right. And I'm going to have to look more into Gitmo and how it came to be and stuff like that. You fellas, if you got information in the chat, go ahead and let me know. And that's all good. That's all good. All right. Where am I at? Where am I at? Oh, there we go. Orange Man has been very clear. Guantanamo Bay will hold the worst of the worst. That starts today. Said South Dakota's very own, the Homeland Security Krusty Gnome. In another bucket, I'm going to tell y'all about her damn lieutenant governor, but that's another story altogether. She came from here, South Dakota, where I'm broadcasting. But anyway, fuck it. Trump has announced that the Cuban base will be holding a center of 30,000 immigrants, the worst criminal aliens, and people who are hard to deport. Damn, this motherfucker looked like he could have started him a rap group. That guy behind him looked like he can, and the guy right there behind him can too. The president is not messing around, and he's no longer going to allow America to be a dumping ground for illegal criminals from nations all over the world, said his press secretary. And you know what? I agree. I fucking agree. because it was kind of funny. I had seen a border hopping, and the one that hopped the border is not your average border hopper. She was African. The one I seen hopping the border was African. Yeah. I've seen Islamic related. I mean, I've seen Arabic people hop over that border and get caught. What the fuck? Really? Biden? Is well, he don't know shit. But really, whoever the fuck was pulling Biden strings, Skeletor, 90 Proof Nancy, now you know what the fuck you doing, bitch. You know what the fuck you're doing. It's because of you, Nvidia, and all of that shit is up there in the market. But if that motherfucker crashes, bitch, you better pray shit floats, bitch. Just fuck you! Some will be bound for a small detention center at the base, which is currently used to house migrants picked up from the Caribbean Sea, heading for the U.S., while many more will be housed in tents that hundreds of soldiers and Marines are already erecting. Yeah, he says erecting. Yeah. However, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says dangerous deportees may yet be put in the prison, which still holds 15 terror suspects, including the alleged mastermind of 9/11, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. Well, the only one that's left, that I can think of. Continuing on. While Hegseth insisted that they would only be kept there temporarily, Trump seems to be suggesting something different, something closer to the bleak fate of Guantanamo's other prisoners. Some of them are so bad that we don't even trust the countries to hold them because we don't want them coming back. So we're going to send them to Gitmo, Trump said in January. That doesn't sound very temporary. Meanwhile, Krusty Gnome wouldn't rule out women and children being sent there. Hey, what's sauce for the goose, sauce for the gander? Fuck it. Keep it going. Civil liberties campaigners have accused Trump of encouraging Americans to associate migrants with terrorism, a charge that hasn't moved the president. And you know what? That hasn't moved me either. That hasn't fucking moved me either. Because some of you blind ass dark rose-colored wearing glass motherfucking liberals. Yes, you dumb bitches. You Karens and Susans in the gynocentric industrial complex. You want to tug on the heartstrings and make us sorry for bringing them there. Shut the fuck up! They got here for a reason. And there's a place for motherfuckers like that. And they refuse to rehabilitate. Oh, what? Should we take you to Gitmo? Yo, y'all remember that movie called Broke Down Palace? I think Claire Danes was in that shit or some shit. And they went to China and everything. They were having a party and all that. They were having a good old time over there. You know what I'm saying? Over in Beijing or whatever, Shanghai, whatever the fuck. And then they got shanghaied, right? And they ended up in a China prison. And these were fucking affluent, spoiled white bitches. And then they ended up in a motherfucking, in a Chinese prison. And they didn't get any rights. You think Gitmo's a motherfucker? China, they didn't get any rights. Right? And things didn't change until, the last 20 minutes of the movie. But you know what I mean. We're being ran by those types of bitches that didn't go to Broke Down Palace. You know what I'm saying? We're ran by a lot of GICs that don't know what it's like. That don't know what it is. Stupid bitches. Yes, I did say that. And I am going to hold true to it. Fuck you. You are not silencing Soap saying this. Let me move on with the story. Indeed, the Trump administration hopes that the prospect of a lengthy spell at the base described by critics as a legal black hole in which Washington could torture, abuse, and indefinitely detain prisoners with impunity will put off future criminals from entering the country illegally. I'm with that. I'm with that because now there's been a new designation for a lot of these Trinidad Aragua types, some of these Sinaloa cartel types, some of these MS-13 types, some of those types of motherfuckers, you know, of the El Chapo breed, you know. Some of these motherfuckers are going to have to think twice before they start trafficking fentanyl into the country like this. You Chinese are going to think twice before doing this shit too. That's true, guys. Hey, this is why they're going at China as hard as they are. Anyway, the same logic of deterrence sat behind UK's doomed Rwanda scheme to deport small boat migrants to the East African country to process their asylum application. Now shelved by the Labour government, the scheme had many critics. And you know what? You shouldn't baby these motherfuckers. Because criminals like this have much of a mind to manipulate the system and use it against you. If you're a criminal, baby, you're a criminal. And you deserve the fucking benefits of a criminal, or lack thereof. Benefits of a criminal. When you do the shit. You do the crime, you do the time. Alright? Shit. Even Rwanda and its war-ravaged past, however, will struggle to compete for notoriety with Gitmo. Trump inherits a toxic and hugely expensive regime at Guantanamo, which successive U.S. presidents, although not him, have vowed and failed to close. Now, he's never brought no promises into closing Gitmo. You know, Biden had said shit about it. Obama gave lip service to it. I don't even think Bush, too, gave lip service to that. And you know what? There was a time when Guantanamo wasn't even mentioned in the news. It was one of the CIA black sites. And how do you know that we got another site like this? This is the one we let y'all see in the news. Huh? How you know we ain't got others? Ooh, look at this shit. Yeah, that's pretty familiar. I've seen this shit before. You know? It's crazy. Let me get into these comments. Just a moment. Alright. Let's see what we got here. David say, I believe Guantanamo Bay was originally a naval base. I could be. Yeah, it was a naval base at first. It was. A marina, I believe, before that. And then, the Cuban Revolution happened, and things got muddied, and all of that, So, I'll look up more on that. I ought to see a documentary on that. There's got to be one on it. Adrian say, China also bought up land here and are currently growing a lot of dope from what I hear. Okay, from what I'm hearing is that, Bill Gates has bought up a lot of land in this flyover area, the northwestern part of the country, to grow his, Z-Pogs and Z-Boogs and shit. And then you got China doing this too. More or less, a lot of Canada, really. China's doing a lot of buying up land in Canada as well. They've done some here, but they've bought up Canada as well. Like, I'd say Vancouver and areas around that. And I'm hearing that they do have, agents in their CIA equivalent intelligence service. And they've even picked off CIA assets and didn't even guess Not once. They got the right people that were. They don't fuck around, man. They don't fuck around. And speaking of not fucking around, we got to show we ain't fucking around either. Because as the story puts, its wretched inmates include 4 so-called forever prisoners whom the U.S. says it will never release as they're too dangerous, yet neither can they be put on trial as they'll reveal details about the CIA's torture program, including the identities of the officers, thereby endangering them. Yeah, that's true. Oh, man. That does look like a military base. I mean, bruh, it was. It was a military base. But it got turned into a prison. So there you go. The most notorious of these prisoners was Abu Zubaydah. Abu Zubaydah, a Saudi-born Palestinian who, from 2002, was used as the guinea pig for CIA's torture program, once being waterboarded 83 times in a month. I heard about that. The U.S. government long ago accepted that Zubaydah was not, as it was initially believed, a top al-Qaeda leader, and may have known nothing about the 9/11 plans. Also, it still insists that he was a terrorist. You know, if I had some of them videos, they'd be one of them things that make you go, damn! My psyche soap. You got 7 minutes left for those that want to watch it. But anyway, let me get back in this. Other inmates have been stuck for years in legal limbo as lawyers considering their cases argue over the central question of whether military commissions can allow torture in the pursuit of justice. Yeah, I kind of get it though. But in a way, you are speaking their language. Because these terrorists or, these criminal types, the only thing they understand is ass whooping. The only thing they understand is ass whooping. And one of the few things I agree with the CIA on, if it works for these types of motherfuckers that are caught in the act and then all of a sudden their own torture techniques are used on them, I'm for it. That's right. Now, Trump has warned migrants that GOTTDAMN is a tough place to get out of. That's true. That's hardly surprising given that the 15 who remain are guarded in an extensive security operation that involves 800 soldiers and civilians, and as of 2019 cost the United States $440 million a year. Now, fellas, you've heard of the USAID thing. It's made its rounds in the internet. Believe it or not, President Kennedy signed that bill. Right? Okay. Now, the USAID, the USAID story has made its rounds around here and what they've wasted money on. Now, if this was on the sheet, if this was in the USAID budget, would you be okay with it? This Gitmo shit here, would you be okay with it? Think about that. Back to the story. That would work out now as $36 million per prisoner. And experts say that figure probably doesn't even take account of extra costs that are classified because there's a dark budget. Some of that shit isn't coming out of our pockets. Guys, do you remember the OSS? Do you remember the CIA? And all of their front groups? Do you remember the French Connection? This is dark funding. If President don't give them the money, if we don't give them the money, they gonna get the money out of our asses. Somehow. And this is where the opioids come in. Maybe I'm hopping off at the mouth here, but I thought I'd bring y'all that real quick. Just let y'all know this. Now, that would work out now as $36 million per prisoner, and experts say that figure doesn't even take account of extra costs that are classified. Even Nazi chief Rudolf Rudolf Hess reportedly cost only $1.5 million a year to guard when he was the only prisoner left in Berlin's Spandau prison during the 1980s. Damn. Spandau, huh? George W. ordered the Gitmo facility to be built in January 2002 on the small naval base to hold terrorism suspects and illegal enemy combatants following the September attacks on the World Trade Center in the Pentagon, which is bullshit. They've always kept them there, you know. They only put that out there because Bush thought it'd be justified to keep terrorists in this system instead of having them in the actual 50 states. Because if you do, you got to give them the same rights as citizen criminals are. And that's pretty much what that is. Let me see here. Despite communist Cuba having always been an implacable opponent of the United States, the site was leased to America indefinitely for a peppercorn rent in 1903. The government of Havana opposes the lease and has surrounded the base with a minefield, so all supplies must come by air or sea. Damn. So those mines were put out there by by Castro. Like, wow. By 2003, it was home, 100 years later, it was home to nearly 700 prisoners. All of them suspected members or associates of Al-Qaeda and their Taliban allies. The Bush administration craftily maintained that it was not obliged to grant the Gitmo prisoners basic protections under the U.S. Constitution or the Geneva Convention, since the former did not extend to foreign soil, and the latter did not apply to unlawful enemy combatants. That was the loophole there that I was trying to talk about earlier. And so the detainees could be held indefinitely without charge and prevented from legally challenging their detention. What justice the prisoners can expect comes from a military commission entirely composed of U.S. servicemen, a system of British law Lord Stang dismissed as a kangaroo court, and a monstrous failure of justice. A military type of a prison, you know. And they have been, skirting through those little loopholes. This was one thing I myself didn't like, around the global war on terror. But now that I've gotten older, I'm starting to understand why they've done it. Now that, as a veteran myself, now I see why they're doing it. Hence the claims that it is a legal black hole, a place where the prevention of another terrorist attack overrides the normal standards of U.S. government behavior. Those lapsed standards notably included subjecting suspects to what the U.S. government called enhanced interrogation techniques, but which critics called simply torture. Although the most notorious example is waterboarding or simulated drowning. Others involved in sleep deprivation and exposure to extreme temperatures, endless bright lights and music. All right, let me see here. In 2022, let me get that out of here. All right, in 2022, marking the 20th anniversary of the facility opening, UN experts condemned it as a site of unparalleled notoriety and said its continued operation was a stain on the U.S. government's commitment to rule of law. So why won't presidents close it as Obama, Joe Biden, and even George Bush wanted to do? Bush actually wanted to do? The obstruction is Congress? Whoa. Wow. Congress stopped it? Okay, look no further, right? All right. The obstructionist Congress, which continues to ban the transfer of Gitmo prisoners to U.S. soil. Nor can detainees be sent to other countries unless the U.S. is certain they can keep a watch on them. Now, we do have a lot of military prisons, like, for instance, there's Fort Leavenworth and shit like that. We got a few brigs around here. You know, shit like that. I mean, I don't know why. Whatever. In January, President Biden released 11 Yemeni prisoners, including 2 former bodyguards of al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden, to restart their lives in Oman, a regional ally of the U.S. Who is left? They range in 45 to 63 and come from basically the Middle East, Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, Indonesia, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, and Yemen. One is a stateless Rohingya, if that's makes sense. It's a Muslim minority in Myanmar, while the other, Zubaydah, is Palestinian. All but 3 of them were previously held overseas in secret black site prisons run by the CIA. See, now that's another thing. There is more than just Gitmo. Gitmo is the one we know about, but there are other places that are like Gitmo that we don't know about. All right? Where they were subject to torture or enhanced interrogation and kept incommunicado during years of isolation. The longest serving Gitmo prisoner, Ali Hamza al-Balul, who was brought to the base from Afghanistan the day the prison opened, 4 months after September 11th attack. You know what? I think Gitmo was a black site up and until then. That's when they decided to, reveal it during, the war on terror. That's when they decided to reveal that site. It was always there. It's just now that, they let them know that, so that this base would have served a good purpose for the bad guys. See, that's what the terrorists want you to think. That it was there to take away your rights and shit. No, but anyway. Now, he's now serving a life sentence there for being Osama bin Laden's media assistant, making his propaganda videos. So, in other words, this guy was the Joseph Goebbels of Al-Qaeda. Damn. The last UK resident, Saudi Shakir Amir, was released in 2015 after being held there 13 years without charge. Now, I heard about that. And what they did to that guy, that wasn't cool. And that was why there was a lot of talk about closing that base. Because that guy, that Saudi, was, a lot of his rights were taken away. He had nothing really to do with it, except he probably went to school with one of the motherfuckers, or went to mosque with one of the motherfuckers, and he was wrongly associated with him, and that wasn't cool. You gotta watch out for shit like that. I understand that. That's not cool. But to continue the story. Trump pledged to keep Gitmo open during his first term, saying he wanted to fill it with bad dudes, though he never did. And now he has his chance. Woo! Yeah! You shit! You motherfucking border hoppers deserve it! You all deserve it! And you all deserve to be waterboarded! I don't give a fuck! Hope you die! And I hope they burn in hell! No, I'm just fucking with y'all, man. Oh, man. And here's another one for you. This is kind of crazy. And I'll get on into the comments here in just a minute. But, what else? Yeah. It's going to be about Turtle. And I'll talk about that shit here in a minute. But let me get into the comments real quick here. All right. What you say? Timmy say, Mayor of Latodlap to stand down when the wets jam the freeways. And oh, okay. This was the protests we were seeing in California and shit like that. And And a lot of them motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, are being outed. They're outing themselves, telling on themselves, and some of them are ending up in Gitmo. I guess they deserve it. Fuck it. All right. David Smith say, Denver let them protest as well. Blocked off parts of... you know, Colorado is going to let them do that, David. See, Colorado is called Colorado for a reason. Boulder is much like San Francisco, Oakland. Denver, much like LA. Colorado Springs is much like San Diego. You want to know why? And even some people from San Diego come to move to Colorado Springs. 5 military bases. You got the missile on the mountain in NORAD and Cheyenne Mountain. You got the academy, you know, the Air Force West Point equivalent with the Air Force Academy. Then you got Fort Carson, an Army base. And you got 2 formerly Air Force bases, now through Trump turned into the Space Force bases. You got Peterson and Shriver there. So 5 different military bases there. All right. Now, let me see what's going on here. So, yeah, I see why they blocked off Colfax. I mean, kind of funny. It's kind of funny how Denver turned as leftist as it did. And it tried to be, you know, it was all milquetoast and middle of the road back before Obama was elected. Where was all this energy for Bush? And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Anyway. Timmy say, it was 3 days soap. I lost 2 days pay for that shit. Damn. That sucks, man. Well, I'm sorry. Really. Dare I say, Venezuelans are squatting in abandoned houses in New York. Yeah, we talked about that already. All right, we talked about that already. Let me keep going. Where are we at? Oh. Here we go. All right. This one. I think this is where we are. A lot of companies, a lot of Chinese companies are set up in Mexico as well. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of strange, but it makes sense. David Smith say, oh, no. Adrian say, it's almost like they want to cripple the country economically. Dude, it's been like that, I'd like to say, for the past 40 years. When we started seeing a lot of made in Japan, made in China, and no more made in the USA like it used to be. Shit like that. David Smith say, if it wasn't for all the stolen tech and intellectual properties, China wouldn't be able to compete. And that's right. That's true. That's true. They would be hampered. But China has an army to enforce that shit. And you can't really fuck with them. Adrian Blant say, I wonder what the max capacity is in Gitmo. I mean, from the looks of it, it looks like it can house about a few tens of thousands, I think. A few tens of thousands. Adrian say, gotta roll out. If y'all still on, be a little bit, I'll be back. Now I'm gonna do a few other things and do other few things. I know what you went to go do. I know what you went to go do. You went to go see the things that make you go, damn! My shiny show. And I understand that. Hey, either way, you watching some Psyche Soap type shit. That's a wonderful thing. All right, let's talk about Turtle. He takes his revenge on Trump. Look at him. Whoa. Looking like Strangelove in this bitch. No, look at I took my revenge on the Trump. Fuck you. He was Obama's cock blocker. You know what I'm saying? The only motherfucker he would jump how high and everything was for the Bush and Reagan administration. This piece of shit motherfucker. I mean, come on, Kentucky. You got one great guy, and then you got this idiot running things. You know what I mean? Anyway, for the 3rd time in 3 weeks, former Senate GOP leader, greedy old pig leader, Mitch McConnell from Kentucky, had a scathing explanation after he voted no on a Trump nominee. And it didn't work, you dumbass. Wyatt Matters, freed from his leadership role with a long history of antagonism between himself and President Trump. I can understand that. He was the reason why the government was hated. That was your guy. That's who fucked a lot of things up. Look at him. With his motherfucking Yertle the Turtle meets Dr. Strangelove looking ass. Anyway, Wyatt Matters. Freed from his leadership role and with a long history of antagonism between himself and Trump, McConnell has become one of the new Senate GOP leader John Thune's top dissenters. All right, whatever. I'm a survivor of childhood polio, McConnell said of his no vote on Thursday for RFK for health secretary. I will not condone the relitigation of proven cures. And neither will Americans who credit their survival and quality of life to scientific miracles. Zoom in. McConnell was the lone Republican to vote against Kennedy and Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. Which we know what trad cuck was holding back everything that was important. That was an important vote for the last 50 years. So fuck that dude. You know? Fuck that dude. Real shit. Middle fingers up. You could even hear him through the voice. Alright? But let's look at these stupid bullet points. He was joined by Senators Susan Collins, that trad thought, and Lisa Murkowski, another trad thought, in voting against Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. McConnell voted yes on the other 13 nominees who had been confirmed. Because they look about as fucking mainstream as your bitch ass does. I could see why. McConnell harshly criticized Trump's use of tariffs in an op-ed published Wednesday, saying they're bad policy and will raise prices. What they're saying, Trump minced no words about McConnell on Thursday in the Oval Office. Well, I feel sorry for Mitch, Trump said, claiming that McConnell wanted to stay leader, and he couldn't stay leader, you know, because he's a turtle. The American people need something better, you old boomer fuck. Anyway, Trump accused McConnell of not being equipped mentally and letting the Republican Party go to hell. And that's true. He did. He's been letting that party go to hell for the past 50 years. Oh, well, for the time he's been in it. 82 years old. Fuck out of here. And he's supposed to be retiring. He's up for re-election in 2026. Now, Kennedy. No, excuse me, not Kennedy. But Kentucky. If you are from Kentucky and you live there and you are within the sound of my voice, can you guys vote for somebody that is a lot like Rand Paul? You got that right. You got that right. But somebody's got to take... Turtle's got to go. Turtle's got to go. Please don't do another one of these things that the Democrats do. I mean, they'll take something that does not work and dress it up to the hilt. Mitch, what a great speaker. Hell no. And yeah, he got to roll out, brothers. No, I'm just kidding. I know what you were saying there. All right, I know what you were saying there. Now, here's another thing I saw that was kind of strange before I was starting the show. And this is kind of funny. This is a funny one, I think. This happened in Australia, I think. Like, so P&O Cruises staff dress up as, yep, you guessed it, Klan members. So, P&O Cruises, wow, is an Australian cruise line that's part of Carnival. The cruise line is now getting quite a bit of publicity for a very bad reason. I don't know if you guys have heard of this one, but this is the one that got on my radar lately, and I haven't heard of this, and I thought it was kind of, I thought it was kind of stupid. So, During a December 2024 cruise, staff on one of the company's ships had a Christmas-themed event. During this, 8 of the ship's cleaners paraded in front of the passengers, and the rest is yep, Grandpa, yeah. Fuck y'all. You motherfuckers. Well, according to the cruise line, they were dressed as upside-down snow cones. They were wearing all white outfits, including printed hoods covering their faces with little holes over their eyes. Now, in the video footage of staff parading on the deck, dressed like this, you can see the shock on many of the faces of the passengers, even the uncanny resemblance to the outfits of the white supremacist group KKK. Yo, let's see this shit. Oh, come on, dude. No. When I saw this, I was like, what the fuck? No, Australia. You are almost more California than California is. What the fuck is going on with you guys? Like, damn.
Housekeeping.
Whoa! Grandpa? What the hell? Grandpa? Hey! Get out of that hood, Grandpa! What the hell? Grandpa? What the fuck was that? Play it again, bro. Hey, what the for Christmas?
What happened? Housekeeping. Whoa!
What the fuck? Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no! That's some bullshit! Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't want to get any further. I was like, what the hell was this shit? And they let that shit ride. This past holiday season, they let that shit go. It's the funniest shit, man. The funniest shit, man. Oh, yeah, about them fem cells, right? Like, yeah, don't you forget those. I mean, yeah, you remember these mouth breathing and the fucking thick ass birth control glasses and the fuck you, you know, and fuck you for real. Fuck you, high maintenance 10 bitches for gassing these ugly assholes up. Now I'm gonna come back to this. I'm gonna end this shit with some of that milk cow red pill funk, baby. Yeah. Oh, let's rank on these Susans and Gertrudes. Yeah, these bitches, they usually reek of baby powder and maple syrup. It's fucking gross, man. And these picky OCD bitches, I bet you that 90 proof Nancy smells just like that woke ass Skeletor looking ass hoe, right? Can't stand that bitch. Ugh. But yo, thank goodness for TikTok and Instagram, because we don't have to expose them, really. They tell on themselves. You let them talk long enough, they gonna tell on themselves, right? Now, on the political front, you already know that RFK is confirmed, Tulsi's confirmed, Pete Hegseth is confirmed, and I think Kash Patel as well is now confirmed right now. And I mean, like, most of these Doge initiatives that are getting stalled out by judges appointed by idiot Democrats, they're not going to move that far. They're not going to go anywhere, really. I mean, it's going to be a big problem, going forward. They can try to stall it to make them think that if they're going in front of an interview with some of these corporate speaking bullshit artists, that they will get, like, some type of a pat on the back because they were on the right side of history when they really weren't. These were conditions fluent from the gynocentric industrial complex, and I show the picture. You know what it is. Okay, okay. BT, you say that Patel just got in today? Oh, okay. Well, most of them got in. Well, damn. Well, damn. Great. Well, shit. There you go. And, bruh, we all knew this shit. We all knew this shit. And, bitch ass uh, Mitch McTurtle, thumbs down the fucking RFK selection. I mean, the only drawback I can think of behind RFK selection, though, is because, make no mistake, he is among one of these progresso woke motherfuckers. But, he wasn't, he gotten taken out of the woke camp because of his stance on the jab, and what he used to do, right, before he was even thrusted into the spotlight at this time, was he used to be on a progressive radio show called Ring of Fire. He himself and Sal Papantonio, every Saturday they would have a talk show as far as discussing some of the issues having to deal with lawfare, dare I say. And he also has a some sort of a children's foundation, I think. And this is what I was seeing when I was reading the real Anthony Fauci book. Now, right now, I'm in the middle of some reading One Nation Under Blackmail by Whitney Webb. Yeah, she's from the left, I know. From there, it does explain how Epstein got to be Epstein. How he gotten all of these connections. And that's for recommended reading. If you would like to read The Real Anthony Fauci by RFK, you better either, you can look it up around here, Sell the Seven Seas if you want. Or if you got an audio book account from Audible, go ahead and do it. Or if you got one of those hardback, softback books, take the time to read. All right? Leaders are readers, and Psyche Soap is a big fucking proponent of that. Well, fellas, it's been real. It's been fun. I'd like to thank those that have shown up today, whether you were BT, Fish, Adrian, David, JR, Hammer, and of course the guy named. All right, you know who that is. Yeah. Hey, True Sherm, you did not come to my show. Hey, you should have came to the show. Big up to Win, Sotanar, thank you for being here. Haven't seen you in a while. Char, thank you, Char. Char's usually the first guy that shows up. He usually is. Lord bless him. And there's Q was here. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And those that do watch the show. And as I often say, and I might even bring that back, we're all one big brother. Not the CIA and not the motherfuckers that watch you. We are all one big brother. All belong to one father. You tread on one, you hurt another, and that to me is brotherhood. Meaning, we're all united as one, and every war against each other in this space is nothing but a civil war to me. And that's the last thing I want. Do go your own path and do go your own way. Not everything that Soap says is the greatest thing in fucking history. I just cover politics, political news, even though I fucking hate politics. But for some strange reason, I'm good at political science. Who knew? Which is not a science, by the way. It's full of bullshit. Corporate bullshit. I'm really a fucking musician. I don't like covering this shit, but that's what I do. And how the GIC gets into things. And the girl I see is the gynocentric industrial complex. Well, I'll be doing another bucket here coming up Friday. And be sure that you do check out the things that make you go. I Psyche Soap, because it is the horror, the reemergence of the abhorrent horror that will be to get you. You better watch out. This will be to get you. Go back to your lives in peace and leave this video alone. I implore you. All right. God bless you all. Thank you. Peace.
Give me some of that old Victorian. You shut. What? Oh, you shut. Oh, I do what I want. Do-do-do-do. Now. Do-do-do-do. And you know I said so. You know that I do what I want. Do-do-do-do. Get you. Get you now. To beat you. Beat you now. What I want. Say the big one.
So,
Psyche Soap.
so, Psyche Soap,
Do-do-do-do.
so, Psyche Soap, so, Psyche Soap.
You like my singing? Yeah. Now, what we gonna do? We're gonna mellow it out again. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Do-do-do-do.
So.
All right. Do-do-do-do.
So,
Do-do-do-do. Now. Do-do-do-do.
so,
Do-do-do-do. How about I do it? Do what I want. I said so. You know that I do what I want. Yeah. I'll get you. Beat you. Beat you. Catch you. Stepping on the show. Yeah. I'm so.
Psyche Soap, Psyche Soap, Psyche Soap,
Fellas, come on now.
Psyche Soap, Psyche Soap, Psyche Soap, Psyche Soap, girl soap.
Head act. You better like this song.
Psyche Soap, 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 Psyche Soap.